going to be doing our mindful movement session today. So all you need is yourself. We don't need any equipment, some space around you for when we're doing our movements, and some focus as we go into it as well. So let's get ourselves in a nice comfortable position. And when you're ready to, let's just do some nice deep breaths going in through the nose and then out through the mouth. And just in your own time with this, you don't have to follow my timing with the breathing. Just go in through the nose, out through the mouth in a nice, comfortable pace. And when you're ready to, you can close down those eyes, keep the breathing going, and start to relax into where you're seated a little bit more. Just nice, deep breaths. And as you're doing it, don't just breathe. Be aware of what your breathing is doing. As you're breathing in, the lungs expand, it lifts the chest. And as you breathe out, the shoulders relax down and the nervous system starts to calm as well. And just notice these things and just see how it feels as you're doing it. Don't just go through the motions of breathing. Experience the breathing. Notice what it's doing to you, how it's making you feel. Nice, easy breathing. Keep that going if you want to, but keep the eyes closed. And let's just focus in here on, first of all, thanking ourselves for being here today. Often getting here is the hardest part of the session. We are here, so what we need to do now is to remain focused during the next hour. If you find your mind wandering at any point and thinking about what you're going to be doing after the session or what's happened to you already today, we can just bring it back in, do a little bit of breathing, bring it back into line, and remain focused again. It's okay if your mind wanders. It's very good at that. But it's how we bring it back in that matters. So bring that focus back in whenever you feel yourself wandering today. Keep the breathing going. Let's sit up nice and tall, keeping the eyes closed. And as you breathe in, I want you to try and almost feel like you've got a string going through your body, pulling you up towards the ceiling. Relax a little bit when you breathe out, but each time you breathe in, feel like your spine's being elongated there, pulling yourself up. When you're ready to, you can start to open up your eyes. As you breathe in now, let's shrug up with the shoulders. Give them a nice squeeze as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, relax it down. So nice, simple movements here. Breathe in, shrug up, squeeze those muscles as you do so. As you breathe out, relax it down. And just link it with your own breathing. So however long it takes you to breathe in, that's how long you shrug up for. And however long it takes you to breathe out, that's how long you do to relax. And really try and squeeze those muscles as you bring them up as well. We're almost trying to pump them by squeezing them here. It's going to help send blood to the area. And as we're breathing deeply as well, it's going to be nicely oxygenated blood as well. Helping it to relax, helping it to mobilize. Good. Let's go a little bit back and forward now. So as you breathe out, push the shoulders forwards. And as you breathe in, let's squeeze those shoulder blades together. I'm going to turn around to the side so you can see it from there as well. So breathe out, push forwards. Breathe in, squeeze them back. And back and forth between the two. Breathe out, push forward. Breathe in, squeeze back. And just like before, notice how your body feels as you're doing it. As you're bringing those shoulders back, feel that squeeze. And as you relax forwards, breathing out, push those shoulders forwards. Notice how your body feels as you're doing it. Good work. Let's go into some shoulder rotations now. Relax the breathing now. Just go at a normal pace for your breathing and just use some shoulder rotations around. It doesn't really matter which direction you do because we will be swapping in a minute. So just go nice, easy, around in a circle. And they don't have to be really big. Just do what feels comfortable. And seeing as there are some new or faces I haven't seen in a little while, if there's any point at this session that you can't do anything or you struggle to do the full range of motion, either reduce it down, do what range of motion you can do, or if you want to take a rest, or if you want to do a different exercise just to keep moving during this, that's absolutely fine. I'm just here to guide you the best I can. We're at a wide range of ability levels here, and we're at different points on our journey as well. As we say that, let's change direction now. So go the opposite way with your shoulder rotations. But just do the best that you can do. And that might look different to myself. It might look different to other people in the group. If you can see everybody, that's not a problem. We're all at different stages. As I said, we're all different ability levels. It'll be almost impossible or definitely improbable that we'll be doing it all exactly the same all the way through the session. So we just do the best we can. Good. Okay, we're going to bring our hands together in a prayer position now. So just like so. And what we're going to do here is we're going to reach up towards the sky, out and around. Let's just get that started to begin with. We're just going up through the middle, out and around. In your own time, in your own pace, just go what feels good. Don't go quick with it though. Go nice and controlled. So just keep that going round and back round to the middle. And again, at your own pace. And you may be finding that my arms don't go up that high, and it's just exactly what I was saying there with that previous bit. Just go up as high as you can. If that's only at your head height, if that's only in front of your chest, whatever it may be, just do what you can do here. And also let's do that in the other way as well. If you want to increase the stretch a little bit on this, as you bring it up, try and keep those elbows together as long as they can. As long as you can, as you reach those arms up and over, you're going to feel a bit more of a stretch as you do that. They're going to want to naturally open up as you bring those arms up and over, but you'll get a little bit more of a stretch across the shoulders if you do that. Good. Okay, we're going to do the same movement, but we're going to go in the opposite direction now. So you're going to come out to the side, around to as high as you can, and then down through the middle into the prayer position. And again, you may be able to go all the way up above your head, but if not, you come up to just above your head, head height, wherever you can get to. Just go nice big circle, and then down through the middle. Good work, everybody. A couple more on this. Excellent. Okay, we're going to do a similar thing now, but instead of going up above our head, we're going to come out in front of us. Now, some of you may struggle with balance as you bring the arms out forwards, and I've got some solutions to that, but let's get going with the initial thing. So we're just going to push both hands out, and then we're going to come around and then into the middle again. So push them out and then round, like we're doing breaststroke here. Nice, simple, easy movements. Now, if you struggle with having both hands out in front of you for balance reasons that you might tip forwards, feel free to do this one at a time instead. So I'll leave that up to you, which you feel comfortable with, whether it's one or two hands. And just like before as well, if you want to take it a little bit further, you can try and keep those elbows together as you push out and forwards. And you get a little bit more of a stretch in there as well. And although we're doing relaxed breathing, do remember to breathe as well as you're doing this. We're not focusing on our breathing as such, but we do want to make sure we are still supplying our body with oxygen. Well, let's change direction now. It's going to come out round to the side, almost like we're doing a big clap in front, and then bringing it into the middle. Good. Let's bring it in there a second. And I need some hydration. So let's have a little hydration break. If you have a drink, if you've got one with you. If you don't have one with you, I always do recommend that you bring one. It does, although we're not doing high intensity exercise, hydration is still important when we're doing any form of exercise. Nice. Okay, everybody's back, or almost back, but they can catch up on the next bit. So get yourself in a nice relaxed position again. We're going to do some breathing to refocus in, and then we're going to go through some of our spinal mobility work. So just nice deep breaths in and out. And just before we move into that as well, this breathing that we're doing now, I'm using it as a way to refocus our mind because sometimes when we have a drink, our mind wanders and it goes away. So doing the breathing here is a really good way to keep us focused again. And you can use this at any point of your day, whether it's you need to focus on a work task, whether it's you just need to relax and be in the moment. Maybe it's just like, you've had a crazy few moments and you just want to uh, enjoy a scenery or whatever it may be. Sometimes just some nice deep breathing can just help you focus in the moment and just recenter yourself. And that's exactly what we're using it for here as well. Good. And with everybody back, let's go through our neck mobility to start with. So we're just going to do nice, simple, looking up and down, back and forth between looking down, which is our flexion, and looking up, which is our extension. Now, on this, we don't necessarily want to be fast or slow. We just want to be controlled. So as long as we can control the movement all the way through and be aware of the movement as well. There is a big difference between just doing the movements and really feeling the movements. And that is all just about focus. So just focus on bringing that chin down to the chest and then bringing it up, looking up towards the sky and going back and forth between the two, nice and controlled. And it's not just doing these things for the sake of it. It has a real beneficial factor in two different ways. One is what we call a mind-muscle connection. So it's being aware of our movements as we're doing them can really help us to connect our mind to the rest of our body. And that provides a stronger connection and helps us have better control over our movements. That can lead to things like less injuries, less problems, and more just awareness of your body as it's moving through the day. But also it can really help to relax as well because our mind is so focused on the movement itself. It helps to relax it. It helps to keep it calm and keep it on one sole task. Good. The next time you find yourself looking down, let's hold it there. Keep the chin on the chest and just let gravity take over a bit. And on this, what I like to try and think of is I pull the chin into the chest, but then I almost try and curl the head over, almost trying to imagine almost at the back of the head facing forwards. And that it does restrict the breathing, so feel free to come out if you need to breathe. But that just helps to elongate the back of the neck there, help to be in a much more stretched position. And again, if you feel any pain or discomfort in this, feel free to pause or come out of it or rest altogether. You are the best judge of that. But now let's ease out of it. Do a couple of looking up and downs again. And the next time you find yourself looking up, let's hold that position there. So for some of you, this may be enough to feel a bit of a stretch through the front of the neck. But if you want to take it a little bit further, first stage is to keep the mouth closed. And you'll probably feel a little bit more of a stretch through that front of the neck. And if you want to feel a little bit more, we can have the hand on the sternum or the top of the collarbones in the middle here. And just hold that down as we're looking up, and you'll feel a much more intense stretch through the front of the neck in that area. Good work. Let's ease out a bit. Couple of looking up and downs. Nice. Let's go into some rotation now. That's where we look one side, then the other, back and forth between the two. And these feel extra good for me today. I think it was the hour and a half sleep I had on the plane in an awkward position. So it feels good to get this neck mobilized. So just rotating around one side, then the other. If any point feels uncomfortable, just ease out of that. Otherwise, we can just keep it rotating. Good. Next time you find yourself looking to the left, let's hold that position there. And if you want to take it a little bit further, so we're looking to the left, which means we bring our left arm, we bring it over to our right collarbone and gently pull it down diagonally towards our right armpit. I'll repeat that again. So looking to the left, left arm or left hand comes onto the right collarbone, so across the body, and gently pulls down towards the right armpit. That's just going to increase the stretch a little bit. If you're not quite feeling it, change hand positions. You may be feeling on top of the collarbone might do more. Maybe in the middle does a little bit more. Just find a position that works for you as you rotate it to the side. And ease out of it there. Do a couple of looking lefts and rights. And then the next time you find yourself looking to the right, let's hold it there. If that's enough of a stretch, that's fine. If you want to take it a little bit further, we're going to take our right arm now, place it on around about the left collarbone, and pull sort of diagonally downwards towards that left armpit. So that's the right arm near the left collarbone, pulling it down or pulling the skin, which is helping to pull the muscles in the neck down towards the left armpit. And then let's ease out of that as well. So just looking left and right here. Good. Then we're going to do our lateral flexion, which is bringing one ear to one shoulder and then to the other shoulder. And with this one, you probably already start to feel a stretch as you go one side and the other. It's all about curling the head over to the side, which is by bringing the ears to the shoulders. But we don't have to get all the way because that's quite difficult to do anyway. So we just bring the ears towards the shoulders. And the next time you find your left ear on your left shoulder, let's hold it there. And we've got some options again. We can either just stay in this position as we are, or if you want to take a little bit further, let's take our right arm and pull it down towards the floor. Or you can put in that arm behind our back. And I'll turn around so I can show you that as well. So left ears to the left shoulder. The right arm is either still or it pulls down towards the floor, increasing the distance between the two on the right side. Or you can bring that arm behind you, and that might be either more of a stretch or it might be a slightly different stretch. Just go what feels good for you. and then ease out a bit there. I'll stay looking over this side so you can see it from behind again. But let's do a couple of lefts and rights. And then the next time you find your right ear towards the right shoulder, holding that position, and that might be enough to stretch on this left side. If not, we can bring that left arm down, stretch it a little bit more, or we can bring it behind us to stretch it more, but slightly differently as well. And don't be afraid to, as long as it feels comfortable, you can move your head position. You got keep the right ear towards the right shoulder, but you can rock it forwards and backwards. You may be finding a spot that has more need of a stretch. Let's ease out it there. Doing a couple of lefts and rights. Excellent work. We're going to go through the rest of our spine now. So let's get ourselves into position. And much like we did the flexion extension with the neck, we're going to do that through the rest of our spine now. To do that, we want to curl forwards. And then we want to arch backwards. And I'll get better as I go through to it because the first couple here is usually a little bit on the stiff side, but as I get into it, it'll be easier to show you. But essentially, we want to curl over like a shrimp, and then we want to arch back like a high jumper. And we want to go back and forth between the two there. So curling over, not just bending forwards, curling over, and then not just sitting up straight. We want to arch back. And it's going back and forth between those two there. Yeah, just going back and forth. Nice and easy, controlled. And if you're like me and you get a little bit stiff to begin with, you'll start to loosen up and you can go flow through those two quite easily. And you can see it's not a big movement I'm doing here. It's just uh, curling forwards and arching back. But that is massively mobilizing the spine, helping it to move. And with this and with all the spinal movements that we do, whether it's in the neck or the rest of it, it's not necessarily about how far you can move it. It's just about getting the movement in. That's what's going to help keep it healthy. That's what's going to help it prevent injuries and to overall just improve our spinal health. Because it's a series of bones that are designed to move. So it's good to get it moving. Okay, let's come out of that now, and we're going to go into our rotation. So rotate round to one side, and then round to the other one. Nice and simple here. Nothing too complicated. Just trying to go through a reasonable range of motion. We don't want to overextend on this one because we can use our arms to help. We can easily overextend ourselves here. Just stay within a range of motion that's comfortable. And go back and forth between the two. And if you can't feel as you're going around, just go to where you start to feel some resistance and then go around to the other side. Nice work. And I know we didn't pause on the other one, but let's do a bit of pause on this one. So rotate around to the left side when you're next there. And let's just hold it there for a bit. and just breathe into it. Maybe even try as you breathe in to elongate your spine. Try and sit up nice and tall as you're rotated round to the side. As you breathe out, you can relax a little bit, but each time you breathe in, try and sit up nice and tall. Imagine there's a piece of string pulling you up through to the ceiling. Good, let's relax out of it. We'll do a couple of lefts and rights. And then the next time you find yourself coming to the right, let's do the same again. Hold that position. And then as you breathe in, sitting up nice and tall. As you breathe out, relaxing down a little bit. Yeah, then ease out of it there. We've got our lateral flexion coming up now. So to do this, we bend down to one side and then down to the other and just back and forth between the two. And on this, one thing to focus on is to, as you come down to the side, don't let yourself come forwards as you do so. Almost imagine you've got like a pane of glass in front of you and behind you, and you're kind of slipping in between the two, just like so. We don't need to go really far with this. Just again, just go a comfortable range of motion. Going through the motion is much more important than how far you can get. Nice work. Let's ease out of there. And we got one last one. It isn't specifically a movement as the other ones are. It doesn't have a name. We're just going to come around as if we're in a whirlpool. And this is kind of a combination of some of the ones we've just done. It's just a nice one just to relax off this area that we've been working. And change direction. And give it a nice little shake off there. Let's have another hydration break here. Good. Alrighty then. What is the time? Good. We got plenty of time still. Let's move on to doing some more Tai Chi based movements. So with these movements, it's all about just being nice, controlled, easy flowing movements. If you are feeling at any point you need to rest your arms, we're going to be moving our arms quite a bit. It can be a little bit achy in the shoulders if you're not used to it. So at any point you need to just rest your arms down, that's fine. This is not meant to be hard, it's just meant to be good controlled movement. Sometimes good controlled movement is difficult, but we will just get through it and do the best that you can do during this. We're going to start off getting ourselves in a nice comfortable position and we're nice and stable. And we'll just start with our breathing first of all. So just nice deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And relax where we are. Keep that breathing going. Okay, what we're going to do now, as we breathe in, we're going to raise our arms up to around about eye level. And as we breathe out, we're going to bring them back down again. And we're just going to repeat through that. So breathe in, breathe out. And your arm movements are going to all be dictated by your breath. So as you breathe in, you bring the arms up. As you breathe out, you bring them down. But it's the timing of it. So however long it takes you to breathe in, that's how long it takes you to bring the arms up. And as you breathe out, that's how long it takes you to bring the arms down. So doing your own timing here. There's no rush. Okay, let's add some variety into it now. So we're going to come up to the left and then down. Up to the middle and then down. And then up to the right. And then down. Back up to the middle. And down. Up to the left. And down. Into the middle again. And down. Up to the right. So you got the idea here. We go left, middle, right, middle, left, middle, right, middle. So if you flow that in your own time and keep the breathing going nice, natural, relaxed breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Time it with your arms and be mindful of your movements, which is the name of the session. Yeah, and as I said, if you need to rest your arms at any point, if your shoulders are starting to ache, that's fine. Feel free to do so. And then just join back in when you're ready to. Good. We're going to add a little bit extra in now. So what we do, we come up to the front and then down. Then we're going to come up to the left. We drop the right arm down, but keep the left arm up. And we're going to drift one. We switch the hand position. Drifting two. Switch again. Drifting three over to the right side. Bring both arms down. And this time we're going to come up to the front. Back down. We're going to go up to the right side. We're going to drop the left arm down. We're going to come across. One, switch hand positions. Coming across again. That's two. Switching hand positions. And three. Now over to the left side. We bring the arms down. Bring them up to the middle. Back down. Up to the left. Left arm stays up, right arm comes down as we drift 1. Switch hand positions, 2. And again, 3, coming across. If you feel like you've got that, feel free to carry on. I'm just going to give some extra information because there's some wayward arms. So I'm going to give some instructions to help people. So if you feel like you're comfortable with going, carry on going. For those who are a little bit confused on it, as we bring the arms up to the side, we're dropping one hand down and we're in this position. It's almost like we've got a dance partner. We've got our arms around them. One's on the shoulder and one's on the sort of just above the waist area. And then you drift across like so. Then you go switch your hand position. So the left hand comes down towards the waist area and the right arm comes up towards their shoulder. Imagine that. And then you come across. And then you switch hand positions again to go across to the other side. Once you're down there, we relax it down to the middle again, and then we repeat on that side. So we come up to the middle and down, up to the right. And again, left arm comes down, right arm stays up as we drift across 1. Switching hand positions, 2. And switching again, 3. Good work. Alrighty, let's bring it down there. And we will go into a little bit of a what is the time? Okay, it's more than I thought. I thought I said 54, not 44. Cool. All right, let's go into a little bit of our yoga-like movements now to finish off this kind of movement-y part of the session. After this, we're going to do some meditation as well to finish off. But for this bit here, let's just get ourselves into a nice relaxed position again. Do some nice deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And for this first one, feel free to watch or join in, but we're going to be doing multiples of the same thing. We're just going to go all the way down to the floor. And then we'll come up with a flat back, first of all. Then we're going to come back down. Then we curl up on the next time into the seated up position. And then we go back to the beginning, but I'll come to the side show you here. So we come all the way down to the floor, reaching down if you can. Coming up with a flat back to about 45 degrees. That's where I am now. Then back down again, curling up on the second time till we're sat up nice and straight. Then we just repeat that. So coming all the way down, up with a flat back down, curling up. And let's do one more wherever you're at. Up with a flat back down, curling up the second time. Good. Right, we're going to add another thing in now. So we'll go down and up with a flat back as we just did, up with a curl back. But as we come up, hands together, reaching up, out, and around, and then back to the starting position. And I will guide you through from the beginning if you're not sure. So first of all, reaching down towards the floor, coming up with a flat back down again to the floor, and then curling up. Bit by bit, palms together, reach up, out, and around, and all the way back to down to the bottom. I'm going to turn to the front again. So come down to the front, up to the with a flat back down, curling up. Palms together, reaching up, out. Remember, if you can't reach all the way up, just get to the best you can, and then coming all the way down to the floor again. Let's do 2 more. Up with a flat back down, curling up. Hands together, reaching up, out, around, and 1 more, all the way down. Up with a flat back down. Curling up the second time. Palms together, reaching up, out, around, and let's ease it off there. Let's just do some shoulder rotations. Alrighty. I'm gonna have one last hydration break because the meditation requires a lot of talking from my side. And when you're ready to just get yourself nice and comfortable. It doesn't have to necessarily be a good posture or anything, just a nice comfortable position where you're sat. And just do some nice deep breathing. And when you're ready to, over the next couple of breaths, just start to close your eyes and relax them down. So just nice deep breathing. And just whenever you're ready to, over the next couple of breaths, just start to close those eyes down and to bring that focus inwards. Now, we've done this a lot in the past for those who are regulars, but we're going to be doing a sensory scene. And today we're going to be doing a beach version of it. And essentially, what we're going to do, and I'll be guiding you every step of the way, is to open up your senses and within your own mind. And it's going to help you to focus. That focus is really good for bringing down the nervous system, calming the heart rate, reducing the stress levels. And that's what we're going to be trying to do just by focusing on something completely within our own mind. So when you're ready to, I want you to start doing your first sense, which is going to be your vision. This is going to start to create the scene here. So imagine a beach, whether it's one you know, whether it's a fictional beach, whether it's a combination of things that you know, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're starting to create it nice and vividly. So try and imagine the light coming into the scene. What's the color of the sand? The sea? How is the sea moving? Is it slowly crashing up onto the beach? Is it being a bit more like a surf wave, crashing a bit more? What about on the other side? Do you have sand dunes? Do you have a pavement? Do you have homes? Whatever it may be, just start to picture it in your mind, your imaginary beach. It doesn't have to be perfect either, it just has to be there within your mind's eye, and just start to build it however you want to build it. How does the sky look? Is it pure blue skies? Is there clouds there? Are there birds in the sky? It might even be sunset. It might be morning. Whatever it may be, just start to picture it in your mind and get a good idea of your scene. Start to build more and more into it and start to really believe almost as if you are there. Also, start to imagine, is there birds in the sky? Are there dogs on the beach? Is there other people there? It doesn't have to be. If it's better for you that there's nobody there, then it's better for you that there's nobody there. But if you feel like you want to put people, animals, whatever it may be in the scene, feel free to do so. They could be seals in the sea, whatever it may be. Just start to picture that now. And we're just trying to make this the most vivid scene that we possibly can in this moment. And sometimes it's, we can focus on parts of it better than we can focus on the whole, but just try and get the best scene that you can here. And now, as you've done that, we've done a really strong visual here. Let's start to bring in another sense. And the next sense here we're going to be using is the sense of sound. So start to imagine what this scene is going to sound like. Is there a gentle breeze running through some trees at the edge of the beach? Is there a slow crashing of the waves on the beach? Is there birds chirping? Are there dogs barking? Whatever it may be, wherever you are, just try and enrich your scene with some sound. And it can be slow and gentle. It can be more eventful, like as I said before, a surfing wave is a bit more eventful. Whatever it may be, just try and picture the visual still, building up the sound, building up the layers of the sound and everything that you can hear. And now you're there as well. Let's try and imagine what the temperature would be like. It might be a evening that you're walking along, so there's a little bit of a breeze making you cool. But it might be very warm and you're feeling that heat, and allow that heat to actually warm your body up if it's there, or if it's cold, let it run over your body. Feel the temperature. Just allow yourself to be immersed in that scene. Keep the sounds going, keep the visuals going, and just bring in that extra layer of temperature as well. And next, we're going to bring in some touch as well. So, however you picture yourself at the beach, if you feel like you're stood in the sand, then you can imagine it in between your toes. But if maybe you want to be in a sat down position, maybe you can run your fingers through the sand or grab it and start to feel how that sand would feel if it was in your hand. But still at the same time, imagining the heat of the sun if you've got sun, or cold of the wind. Imagining the sounds, and imagining the visuals as well as you're starting to use that touch sensation. For myself, I like to imagine I've just picked up some sand and I'm running it between my fingers to get that sensory feeling of how I imagine it would feel. Good work. Okay. In this moment, I just want you to take a second just to notice how you feel, not within the scene, but slightly out of the scene. So notice how relaxed you are. Notice the nervous system, the stress levels, whatever it may be. This is a really good sense of calm when we get into these positions. So anytime throughout your day, you're ever feeling stressed, anxious, worried, whatever it may be, you can always bring yourself back to this scene. For those who have done the forest version of this, you can always take yourself back to that, whichever your preferred thing is. Build these senses within your mind, and that's going to help you to relax in the moment. Let's bring it back to our scene. Let's start to close it down. So closing down the visuals and the sounds, the touch and the temperature. Keeping the eyes closed though, and return to some nice deep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Now we're in this moment. Let's thank ourselves for being here today. As I said in the beginning, the hardest part is often being here. You did that, and then you did the next hardest part, which was staying focused through the session. That brought you to this end point today. So, however you want to congratulate yourself, a pat on the back, a round of applause, whatever it may be, give yourself that, allow yourself those thanks. And I will thank you as well for being here with me today. And when you're ready to, you can start to sit up straight, open up your eyes, and bring yourself back to the room. Excellent work, everybody. There's some really good movement there today, some good focus, and hopefully you created some nice scenes within your mind of that beach as well. That was a great session. Thank you for joining me.